both from the East, both from the West, one from the East, from the West. I could give a Willie.
Well, I just want to make sure we can kind of keep it fun, keep it organized. You do it the way you want it to, Jeff.
Do it the way you want it to.
That's what's making it fun for the segment.
That's right. You do it the way you want to. I do it the way I want to. We're still going to end up with one team who we think each individually thinks that they're going to win the championship. And last year, did we end up with the same team?
Well, we were close. You, of course, and I picked San Antonio as the team to win, and of course that didn't happen.
Right, we both picked the Spurs to win, right?
But they ended up losing in 7 games back in June to Miami.
Right, but we both picked the Spurs, correct? In our elimination NBA teams, right?
Correct.
That's pretty funny. So we'll see who we come up with this time and what's going on. So I'm gonna let you pick your first team first. Who are you eliminating first?
Okay, I'll start in the Eastern Conference. For my team to eliminate, I am a diehard Celtic fan, but I don't see it happening. I'm going to eliminate my Boston Celtics.
Oh, my. Right off the bat.
Yeah, I just, Brad Stevens is going to have to... Well, Brad Stevens is going to have a lot of work to do this year to make the Celtics a team that will compete, but they're not going to be strong since they are having to rebuild their whole team. Danny Ainge has got a lot of rebuilding to do. And like you said, Jeff, to me on previous shows that, the Celtics have key draft picks coming up the next couple years.
Day 4 of the NBA season, ladies and gentlemen. Day 4 of the NBA season. And Sean Mann has already eliminated the Boston Celtics from winning the NBA championship.
Win or lose, I'll stick with the Celtics to the end. Even if it's a bad year this year, I'll still go with them. But I'm already eliminating my Boston Celtics.
He's making it well known that he knows that the Celtics aren't winning crap this year. Come on and beat me up on it.
Hey, honesty is a good thing. If everybody was saying, the Celtics will win banner number 18, people will be saying, what the heck are you smoking, Sean?
Okay, I'll make my first pick.
All right, bud.
I'm gonna pick the only, because I've been looking, the only 0-2 team in the NBA. Mm-hmm. The Orlando Magic.
Eastern Conference. So Jeff, you're going with the Orlando Magic. Why are you picking Orlando?
They're 0-2. They're done.
Okay, they're 0-2, but is it because they just don't have
they don't got nothing.
What's your take?
They don't got nothing. They're in rebuilding stage. They don't know what the heck's going on over there. And really, they're 0-2. I've been sitting here looking at the stats. I was trying to figure out a way to get rid of the first week's teams. And I just said to myself, screw it. I'm going with teams that haven't won a game yet. So, Orlando Magic, bye-bye. See you later. And I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs, personally. So that's another reason why I'm getting rid of them. Fair enough?
Yep. All
right. Who's your number 2 team that you're getting rid of? And you're going over into the West, correct?
Yeah, correct, Jeff. And, since this is we're going to be doing this for a lot of weeks every Friday night, I'm going to go with the Denver Nuggets.
The Denver Nuggets. Knocking the Nuggets out already, are ya? Huh?
Yeah. It's
why?
Because
they don't have
Brian.
Why? Because they don't have George Karl and Brian Shaw's first coaching job and
I really think that Denver they'll probably make the playoffs, especially since they were able to win without Carmelo Anthony, but thing with the Nuggets is that, it's going to be interesting the fact that they don't have George Karl there. And I still was disappointed with the Nuggets ownership for letting him go because George Karl did a heck of a job turning the team around, taking them from, to 40 to 50 win seasons. And he took them to the Western Conference Finals in 2009. But Denver's going to be a different team now, and be interesting to see how Brian Shaw coaches that team.
So you're knocking the Nuggets out. See you later, Irene. Goodbye. Good night.
Yeah.
Right? They're done. You don't think they're going to do nothing, right?
I don't think the Nuggets will make the playoffs, but they won't get very far in the playoffs.
Well, they're 0-1, so there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my second team that I'm picking, they're not even going to make the playoffs. This team is bad. It's been bad. I don't know what else to say about it, but there's no way they're going to make the playoffs. They are 0-1 they're 0-1. They haven't won a game yet, as well. It's the Charlotte Bobcats.
Ooh, so Jeff, you're taking the Charlotte Bob.
I'm knocking
Yeah,
them
I
out.
can agree with you there.
I'm knocking them out because Michael Jordan still hasn't been able to figure it out. You know, he still hasn't been able to figure it out. See you later. Good night, Irene. They're not even going to make the playoffs. They're lucky if they win 30 games.
Well, you got to remember that Bobcats had one of the worst seasons in NBA history when we had the lockout and we played 66 games. They went 7-59 under Paul Silas. And now, with Jordan taking them to the playoffs, they got swept by Orlando. I believe that was in 2009. So, Jordan's just not – he's the best basketball player ever, but he's just not a guy that's done very well as owner. I can agree with you there very easily, Jeff.
Yeah, so I knocked out the Orlando Magic and the Charlotte Hornets, and Sean knocked out his own Boston Celtics and the Denver Nuggets. Sorry about that. And the Denver Nuggets. He knocked out his own Boston Celtics and the Denver Nuggets, and I got rid of Bobcats and Magic. And that's week 1 for you in our NBA elimination.
Yeah, I know, Jeff, that now since baseball's over with, now it's kind of your favorite time of year because the NBA's tipping off. You got college basketball coming up, so there you go.
See, Dr. Myth even agrees with us. Jordan is like majority of good players, good on the courts, but terrible in the office. Absolutely right. There's only really one or two people that I know of that's played ball and done very well. Actually, there's more, but very high-profile guys. Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird. Larry Bird did a great job in Indiana. Magic Johnson, look what he's doing. He's opened up movie theaters. He's part owner of the Lakers, part owner of the Dodgers now. He's doing well. He's helping people out. So,
remember, Magic was even saying that he doesn't think there's going to be a lot of optimism. Maybe he's kind of doing an elimination like us, because remember, it was a few days ago on Wednesday that I talked about Magic saying, optimism isn't going to be there for the Lakers, and Laker fans are going to go berserk because it's not going to be a good year.
It's going to be crazy.
Especially the fact that, Mike D'Antoni is coach, which still surprises me from day one that they chose him over Phil Jackson. Because if Jackson would have been coach, things probably would have been different for them.
Wow. The Nets have the highest payroll in the NBA. Their starting payroll is $82.4 million. Their starting payroll alone. They're $87.2 million over the luxury tax.
It is so weird when you think about it that, you talk about the Nets. They're going to be playing Miami tonight.
I know. I got the game on.
Everybody's saying that this will be a playoff matchup next year in May.
It'll be a playoff matchup, but it's not ready to go yet. It's the beginning of the season. The Nets are still filling each other out.
Yeah, and still, remember, we talked about it, too, a few days ago, Jeff, that the new coach, Jason Kidd, I don't know if he will be cut out to be the coach of this team. We'll see, see how well Jason Kidd does with coaching the Brooklyn Nets. And now all of a sudden you've got Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Jason Terry coming from Boston, and they're probably saying, look, we won a title in 2008 with the Celtics. We've got the Eastern Conference Finals, and we've got very, very far. Kind of follow us, and we can be the leaders of this team. But the question with Brooklyn will they be able to stay healthy? That's the big question. As we get into the next topic here, this is a game that absolutely got Jeff very angry last night. He was telling me this, and he was even saying this on the show. Chicago Bulls barely pulled out the game last night. They beat the New York Knicks 82-81. And, Jeff, you were not a happy camper last night.
No. How do you miss foul shots? Chandler's on the line for 2. Okay? Ball game's tied. Game's tied at 80. Okay? He misses the first one and makes the second one. How do you miss foul shots? If you would have made both of them, the game would have went into overtime.
Game would have gone into
overtime. But Carmelo Anthony, they're down by 1. Carmelo gets a shot and missed. Do you know he missed his last 5 shots? And JR can't play because he's suspended for 5 games for smoking pot. So he can't play. So unstinking believable. You got to make your foul shots, man. Come on,
It drives
dude.
me crazy in the NBA season or
Drives me nuts. Drives me bananas. It's called a free throw for a reason. There's nobody there blocking you. Make the shot.
And when you miss free throws
in
a game that's close, you're really going to kick yourself hard all night because you're playing in front of a big nationally televised audience.
The Knicks were down by freaking 13, 15. And came back and fought their way back and did all that and screwed it up at the end. Come on, man.
Chicago Bulls, they made just 2 field goals in the final period, both by Derrick Rose, and committed 6 turnovers in the last 12 minutes. But it still managed to equal a franchise record with its 6th consecutive win in home openers, as the Bulls were able to barely squeak by the New York Knicks by a score of 82-81. In the other game, these 2 teams you will know will be in the playoffs, the Golden State Warriors and the LA Clippers. Congratulations, Doc Rivers. You won your first game as coach of the Clippers. They prevail 126-115.
Well, they got a long way to go, too, because they got to learn a new system over there as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't have Vinny Del Negro as coach, and now all of a sudden you have Doc Rivers, who did a great job with Boston. Now he comes from Boston to the Clippers, and everybody will be wondering, can he do what he did in Boston and do it with the LA Clippers? That's going to be the big question, because remember, Chris Paul was the one who wanted Doc Rivers from day one. If he didn't get Doc Rivers, Chris Paul was going to get out of LA very, very soon.
Yeah, there's 2 good games on ESPN tonight. Miami at Brooklyn, and then San Antonio at LA. Lakers.
Yeah, I know, Jeff. You're going to be watching tonight's game, right, between Brooklyn and Miami.
Well, I already got it on ESPN. I'm ready to go. I'm not
Jeff's happy. The NBA is back.
NBA is here, man. While we were on the phone waiting to come on the air, I asked Sean, I said, how many games have you watched? NBA games. He goes, none. I go, what are you kidding me? None?
I was busy with the World Series.
I've seen 4 already. I'm going to watch 2 more and make it 6. I'm happy as a pig in water. You know me, man. I'm basketball. And you know what? College is coming right down the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? Orlando's going to probably win tonight because they're playing the Pelicans.
Yes, I know. And every time I'm thinking should I call them New Orleans Hornets, I always keep thinking I have to say that during my update, Jeff. But then I call them Pelicans.
That was
I
for
still think it's
Somer.
weird to call them Pelicans.
That was for Somer, the Pelicans.
Well, Somer says that you should get yourself a Pelicans hat, Jeff.
I'm not buying my own Pelican hat. Somebody wants to buy me a Pelican hat, I got no problem with that, but I am not buying a Pelican hat. If you want to buy a Pelican hat, head on over to NBARealTalk.com and check out the store over there. NBARealTalk.com. Head over there, check out the store over there, buy the Pelican hat over there. That's who you're going to get at the cheapest. I guarantee it.
Rat Bastard of the Week, Jeff. I couldn't think of one.
First one of the month, right?
Yep, couldn't think of one.
November 1st, first one of the month. We got 5 Fridays in this month, my friend.
Yeah, but I'll be gone in 2 weeks from today. So
You're leaving. When are you going on vacay?
I am leaving a week from this Sunday.
Thank God. And
Thanks a lot.
And when you coming back?
I'll be back the 17th of November.
Thank God. Yeah, it could be a lot of fun while you're gone. I think maybe I'll get. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'll talk to Brian. Maybe we'll get Brian to sit in and we'll simulcast him on both shows, the Arena Sports Network and Sports World Radio at the same time. Blah blah bling. There you go. Hey, don't miss that show, guys. If you guys are up early in the morning, perusing around doing some work on the internet, check out Snowman in the Morning. Check Brian out over at thearenasportsnetwork.com. Thearenasportsnetwork.com from 8 to 9 a.m. on the East Coast. Every Monday through Friday. Freaking hilarious, man. You're going to love it. It's kind of too much like Sean a little bit, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
no, okay.
I didn't mean that.
I didn't
mean that. No, Sean, I did not mean that in a bad way. I meant that in a good way because it stats up the yin yang, and that's beautiful. Plus, they'd love.
I'm teasing.
Plus, they'd love to have fun like you and I do. They love to have fun like us.
I know, it's great to have humor.
Great guys.
The show.
Yeah, they're great guys. See you, Mithy. They're great guys. So check them out. Okay, so we need a Rat Bastard of the Week, huh?
Yeah.
What happened this